Well, hello there. I hope you're doing well. And today, we're gonna embark upon a journey yet again through the world of Bleach. Today, I had two options. One of which was to go on my free-to-play account and grind for stamps, because I've been avoiding doing the plague for the past 3 weeks or so. And the second one was to procrastinate even further, and instead do something that gives me zero benefit, except the prestige of climbing as high as I possibly can in a game that I care about. And that's exactly what we're gonna do today. Hi there, Angel. Hi there, Cronus. Hi there, Deadpool. Hopefully you guys doing well. I saw your message about the thumbnail, Angel, and honestly, I'm not surprised, but I thought you were a changed man. I thought you changed your ways. Let's start with a little bit of stamps farming. See if we can get something good going. And then we'll jump straight into the action. I'm doing alright, Angel. Just had a little bit of an issue with started stream. I updated my graphics drivers today. Because I was trying to boot up the game, the Arknight's Enfield. Because I tried to re-roll yesterday for it. And my drivers were a bit outdated. So I had to update them. And they kind of messed up my entire OBS stuff. Oof. And it wasn't pretty. So I spent the past hour trying to figure out what was wrong because the stream wouldn't start. It just kept getting me errors. So I had to reinstall OBS and like pull all my settings back. And man, it wasn't pretty. But I think everything is fine now. Yeah, that. No, it doesn't. Trust me, Angel. Trust me, it doesn't. I mean, it's fine. It happens. But the main problem was because Arknight's Enfield wouldn't boot up without latest drivers either. It literally just wouldn't. And I tried to avoid upgrading stuff as much as I possibly can, software-wise, just because usually it breaks things. I have like everything set up in a way that it works, and I avoided updating OBS for the past year just because the last time I did, all my settings got erased, and I was worried that it's gonna happen this time as well, and it did, and I wasn't too pleased with it. But it is what it is. It happens to the best of us. Okay, let's see if we can get something decent. This double stamped. Ooh, man, that's kind of juicy actually. That's pretty good. I would prefer crit rate, because crit damage is as good as it is. My Tosin needs crit rate one. But this is actually pretty good. We might roll this. And if we get something better, that as well. Nothing too exciting otherwise. Oh man. Every time I don't stream for like 5 days, it's like learning experience all over again. Well, the thing is, I do want like the latest tech and all that good stuff, but the problem with that, it usually comes with a boatload of bugs, issues, you know, performance dips and all that good stuff, shall we say. Hi there, Avatar, hopefully you're doing well. Glad to see you. If you're talking about Kenpachi Cronus, he just got buffed, and he's actually pretty good. I'm still not pulling, though. Hakim tried to tempt me once, and I'm not falling for his dirty, dirty tricks. I'm staying strong for my lord and savior, you know, Yamamoto. I'm saving for his B6, and nothing will tempt me otherwise. I gotta prove to that old man that I am indeed the chosen one. Man, it's like every time you get pretty much as good of a sub-stat roll as you possibly can, it's always flat defense as a main stat. It's always a given. I'm just gonna pray there's gonna be an item in the future that you will be able to change the main stat. Because man, the amount of times I got a really good piece and the main stat is garbage. is astonishing. It's like literally the best stats you possibly can get, and flat defense. And what do you call that? Disgraceful, that's what I call it. I haven't played Wuthering Waves in a hot minute. I am planning to come back to it because I just started my vacation, so for the next 2 weeks I'm pretty much free. And I will have quite a bit of time. So I was planning to like start the Unknow Adventure and also come back to Wuthering Waves for a bit. Do a couple like story runs here and there and see how that goes. Which hopefully we might be able to do tomorrow. If luck allows. Unless I decide to do something else. The only thing that I saw was I peeked on Greg playing around. And it looked pretty nice, but I haven't logged in myself in the past, I want to say 3-4 months, somewhere there. It has been a hard minute. Mostly due to the fact that I just don't have time to play it, and also I couldn't be bothered to download like 80 gigabytes update. Takes too much time. But I will. I will. At some point. And to be honest, your excuse, Angel, is the fact that you play every single gacha game known in existence. So you are forgiven for that. To be honest, Cross, I think Wuthering Waves just has performance dips just off the rip, because I have a decent PC, and even I get sometimes like slight frame dips. Which is not ideal, but it's just how it is. I think it's because the game is so expansive. It just takes a while for your graphics card to process all the good stuff, unfortunately. Listen, Angel, you will get to my perpetual demise sooner or later. Trust me. It might take a while, but you will get there. You will get there. I don't play gacha games on mobile, that's a fake worse than death. My old bones haven't been built for the tiny screens. I need me a massive screen to witness all the good graphics and all that. Also, I just don't like playing on phone, to be honest, that much. It's just not the same. I just got way too used to PC. I don't know. Like, it's not as bad for games like these, because you can run them on auto, but like, if I have to actually manually play, I never played like Genshin or... Well, I played Honkai for a little bit on mobile, but I never played Wuthering Waves either, just because, I don't know, the dexterity that is required to perform on a suboptimal level is quite staggering, shall we say. Because I can be playing with my eyes closed on PC, and I'll probably be doing pretty well. Meanwhile, on the phone I have to sweat, you know? Ensure that all my dodges and all my counters are perfect. And it's just not the kind of gameplay I want. Oh. I think I downloaded Wuthering Waves on my phone just to do the dailies when I was not home. And let me tell you, the experience I had, not great. I would have probably had better luck playing on TI-33 calculator than it was on my phone. Okay. Let's do... what do I need? I think I need some of these thingies, because I can upgrade soon my Gin to level 95, so might as well pre-fund them. I mean, I guess, because the gameplay is quite intensive. I don't know how you would do aerial combat, to be honest. on mobile, because even on PC, it's not the easiest thing to grasp. The amount of like counters, dodges you have to do. Ain't it cheap, is all I'm gonna say. That's why I feel like every single gacha game in the future should just come for PC straight away. Why just skip the middleman? Just avoid the mobile altogether. Because who wants to play games like, you know, Genshin or Wooden Waves on phone? Nobody. People are forced to. But nobody actively wants to. I don't think it's even graphics, to be honest, Cross. I think it's just the amount of RAM it uses is tremendous. That's why it might be lagging for you. Because, like, even if you drop all the graphics, even if you, you know, mute all the sounds, it still might, you know, not run the way you want it to, unfortunately. And just the way these kind of games work. Yes, Angel, I'm listening. Well, Angel. What can I say? It's just life for you. You win some, you lose some, and then you lose some more. It's just how it is. Oh, man. Okay. Let's upgrade this. I think I need some more, so let's pre-farm. Which one do I need? Let's do these scrolls, because I need some fucking anyway. I mean, to be honest, when I roll for mine overlap, I think I actually re-roll for him. So I didn't actually pull for him, I re-rolled. I just went on a bunch of my old accounts and pulled until I got him. And that was about it. Hi Liz, glad to see you. Hopefully doing well. Just ask Greg to pull for you, Angel. He's a connoisseur of luck unlike any. He's been flexing on pulling every single character in existence and never losing 50-50 as of late, so you gotta cash in. You know, take the opportunity and seize the chance. Because he even won Kakarot to 50-50s, and Kakarot is the most cursed man known to mankind. The man never won a single 50-50. And even Greg managed somehow to pull it off, so, you know. As long as you sweet talk your way to him, I feel like he's gonna help you out. Oh, sorry to hear that, Liz. But look on the brighter side, at least you don't have to go out. That's always a silver lining. At least you can stay inside and morally and legally be, you know, dysfunctional member of society. That's always a bonus. Mine is a splitting headache and, you know, the feeling like you want to get isekai right then and there, but besides that, you know, it's only benefits from that. Right. Let's keep going. We'll brief on those and then we're gonna go straight to Swift mode, see how far we can climb. Hopefully I can get relatively far, because I think the last time we tried I only got to floor 15 or something, so not that far. But we'll see, we'll see. Well, sometimes greatness has to be achieved through pain. To be honest, I'm a little bit under the weather myself, because I was traveling for the past week, so I haven't been at home much, and it's been cold, dark, rainy, and I got a little bit of a head cold. Nothing too severe, but you know. It is what it is. I'm not sure, Liz. It's further YouTube upgrading your monk perks, I guess. You shielding this realm from all the, you know, evil, shall we say. I didn't go that far, just, you know, to go all the London, shall we say. Wasn't the most pleasant experience, but it is what it is. I'm surprised that game is still alive, Kronos, to be honest, because I played the game like 6 years ago, and I thought it was long gone by now. Surprised it survived. But congrats, nonetheless. Okay, let's do one more, and after that we can go and grind the good stuff. I mean, when you can get Aizen in any game, it's a good day. Because I remember getting, like, UR characters in that game was pretty hard. I think I stopped playing after getting, like, full holo Ichigo. That was the only character that I got from fragments back in the day. And even that took me a while. It wasn't the easiest thing to do. Okay, let's go. Now that we did all the daily stuff, stamina-wise, we can do... For a second, I forgot where it was. Okay, I think I'm gonna run this team for now, because it has been doing me pretty good so far. Let's go with this one. Alright, we're running on auto until we get to the endless trial, and then we're gonna jump in ourselves and see how it goes. I'm pretty sure majority of the units in that game were hard to get. Because, like, that game has a VAP system, and any game that has a VAP system is greedy as all get out. And even when I was playing it, I had to sink quite a bit of resources, shall we say, to achieve decent results. Okay, let's go with this one. I'm pretty sure those fragments you were only able to, like, either exchange or buy directly from memory. And it costs quite a bit. I believe to get, like, one UI unit, you had to spend about 500 bucks, somewhere there. And upwards to 1,000 if you got unlucky. So it wasn't cheap endeavor. But again, my memory is hazy. It has been a hot minute. It was a fun game, though. When I was playing it, it was relatively fun. I just kind of got bored of it, to be honest. Let's go with this one. Oh, I know you can get it for free, but it takes you like years to get them. Liz, you're talking about gacha games over here. You're really that surprised? I played some games in the past where you had to spend 4 digits to even attempt to get a unit, let alone getting them. There are some games out there which, let me tell you, they're for deep aquatic creatures. Have you tried to play Raid Shadow Legends? God, that's an experience, let me tell you. I remember I had a friend who used to play Raid Shadow Legends. Like, seriously. And I believe he was trying to get one character. And he got so unbelievably unlucky that I think he sank 5 grand into summoning and still couldn't get him. So, I'm just saying, it's tough world out there. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to survive. It's interesting endeavors, we always say. Okay, okay, that will do. That's actually not too bad. Fine, that's pretty decent. 5 seconds. That could be useful. Well, let's keep going. I'm not sure which buff tree, to be honest, to go with. I just went with Aizen's because it seems the most efficient. But there might be something better, to be honest. Okay, That's actually not a bad one. Let's go with this one. This one might be decent. Nothing from Unit 5, that's unfortunate. Okay, there we go. That should be fine now. Yeah, I know the one you're talking about. I've seen it before. It's a cool looking phone, but as I say, I haven't played a game in a hot minute. Last time I played it was like in 20... What was it? 20... Either 2020 or 2021. I don't remember exactly. But I think the last unit that I remember from memory was Mugetsu, I believe. So it has been a while. As I said, I still didn't even know the game survived. I thought it shut down. Because I can't believe this influx of new players. It was already struggling to maintain the old ones. Like the server that I used to play on, I think it had maybe like 20 people tops. And most of them were from my guild anyway. So it was kind of rough. I'll look it up, but I'm pretty sure I saw it before. Oh, that's fair, Cross. I mean, to be fair, before this game came out, there wasn't much going on in terms of like Bleach games, especially if you were a big fan of it, of the franchise. You only had like Bleach, Brave Souls really as a main one, so that's absolutely fair. And if you didn't like, you know, the gameplay, you were kind of strapped. You didn't really have many options. That's pretty good. Let's go with this one. This could be a decent one for like cheesing the last bosses. Like if I ran out of time later, Actually, could be pretty good. Let's go with this one. That could be decent. It was a pretty popular game when I was playing it. I think the main reason why I stopped is because it just kind of became like a whale fest for me, at least, at the point that I was on my account. Because a lot of the events that you had to do, like PvP wise, I was just getting matched with like people that were one-shotting me, or I was one-shotting them. It just boiled down basically to who had the bigger wallet. And if I was on the receiving end, I couldn't compete. And if somebody was on the receiving end, it wasn't fun because they would just die by merely looking at me. And it was interesting. The only fun aspect of it was just like doing co-op stuff with my guildmates. That was like the main thing that I was still clinging onto. And I think I just gave out account at some point because I was like, it's not fun anymore. Let's go with this. 20% damage. That sounds nice. That's decent. Ultimate engine, that should be fine. I think I'll go with damage. Damage is always good. Okay, let's go with this one. That's pretty good. Ooh, that's actually pretty good. Oh, it's the same ones. Whatever. Nothing too exciting there. And let's go with this one. See if we can get something more. Okay, this one's good. Alright, that's fine. I couldn't max out the Aizen skills. I feel like you need to, but I want to see how far I can go without actually trying to mid-max the starting phase. Because I know it's kind of important to do that, but to be honest, I'm not too bothered. Because I've seen some people climb to like floor 80 in this game mode, and I'm just curious how far I can take it. Because the thing is, people who do climb to floor 80 have every unit B6, so it's a bit different. I also leveled up my Tosin quite a bit, so he actually does quite decent damage now. Because before he was doing peanuts, but now he's actually pretty good. Hi there, Ryu. Hopefully doing well. That's some decent damage. Okay. Let's see how far we can take this. I think last time we stopped on Grimjo's fight, which was like floor 13 to 15, somewhere there. Hopefully this time can be a little bit better. I'm hoping to reach at least floor 30, if not higher. deal is, you see, if you go to level 16, my moral obligation is to get at least double the score of yours. Otherwise, I won't be able to sleep at night. Because if you go to floor 16 by playing casually, I mean, come on. Yeah, doing pretty well, just, you know, getting back into the swing of things is always a learning experience every time I come back. After not streaming for about 5 days. I did stay up yesterday until like 5, like actually today I guess, until like 5 AM, trying to re-roll in Arknight's Enfield unsuccessfully, because I think the limited character leaving today, and I woke up today at like 12, took a shower, and I was like, okay, well, I probably can start streaming a little bit earlier today, because I had nothing better to do. And that's not why my PC said, because I had to update like the graphics card, I had to update the OBS, I had to do a bunch of things. So I'm mentally and physically exhausted, basically. That won't stop us from having a good time, though. Trust me, I spent all my pills when I was farming for my characters before Ryu. I spent over 160 pills to get my Gin and Tossen going. Didn't get anything decent. Do you have him at B0 or B2 though, Ryu? That's a real question. Because to be honest, I don't know how much of a buff he got for his B0. Because I know they gave him some crew rate from his, like, core stamp. But I wonder if it makes enough of a difference to make him actually usable at B0. Because I know a lot of people are saying you basically need B2 for him to be, like, you know, usable, shall we say. B2, thought so, Ryu, thought so. To be honest, Liz, all you need for Keysuke realistically is just a really good middle piece with crit damage. And crit damage substat preferably. Because all he really wants is as much crit damage as you humanly can put on him. Like, the main stats are not that important for him. Because all he needs is buff. To buff basically everybody else. Hi there, Hakim. Let's see. Hopefully you're doing well. I see, I see. I'm still not pulling though, Ryu. I'm still not pulling. Unless Hakim pulls, I'm not pulling. Because we had an agreement, you know, a gentleman agreement, that if one of us pulls, the other one does as well. And we both staying strong. Isn't that right, Hakim? How's your B6 Kenny doing over there, huh? Are you treating him well? Absolutely no worries, Kronos. It was a pleasure seeing you as always. Have a good evening and I'll catch you later. The thing is, I'm just not pulling for him because I know who's coming later. Because I know the Hollow Ichigo is on the horizon. And so is Ulquiorra. And I just can't in good consciousness pull for him right now. Because the thing is, it's like, if I do pull for him, at most, he's gonna have a shelf life of another 3 months for me. Before, like, Ulquiorra comes out, or Hollow Ichigo, whoever comes out. And I just can't be bothered with that. Because, you know, if he was, like, a tactical unit, I would have pulled for him. But DPSs, I'm not really bothered, to be honest. Yes, Ryu, I am. Because I'm gonna probably B6 him as well. I'm gonna save for, like, hype units. Because the thing is, I'm gonna pull for Nell, just because I like Nell. But I don't think I'm gonna go for any dupes, unless it's a character I really like. And, like, Yamamoto is one of them, and Bastalor Ichigo probably gonna be another. Because ideally, what I want is basically to just get anniversary units maxed out. Because I have a sneaky suspicion the anniversary units are going to be like the strongest in the game for a long, long time to come. Because that's usually how these games function. They release like super hype units once every now and then. And if you get them maxed out, that's kind of all you need for a while until the next big unit comes out. Well, depends on like who's coming after who. Because the thing is, we know about Vassal or Ichigo, but the only thing we know about Yama is we saw his like core stamp or something. But it doesn't mean that he's even in the works yet. But yes, I'm planning to do that, hopefully. Listen, I just really like the old man. I don't know what to tell you. I have a soft spot for, you know, old gentlemen that can vaporize half of the universe in one punch. I don't know. It's a weakness of mine. Oh, did they put a new limited content? I didn't actually know that. I didn't check it before. Is it good? And most importantly, do you get Spirit Jades for it? Because if you don't, I don't know. But to be fair, it is good that they added new content, because yesterday I did log in just to check what new events were, but I didn't notice they added actually new stuff as well. We'll check it out then. Because I wasn't privy to that. I didn't read like patch notes or anything, but it's good to know. Good to know. Listen, Liz, when you see the good old Yama appear before our very own eyes, you'll understand. Listen, the longer the beard, the greater the power level. We all know that. That's anime rule number 1. You never disrespect an old, unassuming man. Because that will lead to your downfall. Everybody knows it. Oh, that's not too bad. That's like, what, 15 selectors or 30 random ones? To be honest, I'm saving those gold pieces for, like, future characters. Because I feel like the game plan should be, whenever a new character comes out and you pull for them, you use those gold pieces to, like, get yourself started, see what you can get. Or, alternatively, you farm, and then if you're missing, like, for example, a left piece, you know, like, let's say you're pulling for Nail and you will slash a damage piece, but you farmed, like, 50 pills and couldn't get it. You can probably just use a selector and just get a bunch of them and see if you get lucky. That's an option. Or, instead of wasting stamina, you can just go all the way and do random ones. Because technically you can do 2 for the price of 1, if you do just random, but you can argue that, you know, if you get rubbish, either way, it's not that worth it. Because at least if you select the piece that you want, you have a higher chance to get something good. Every 20 days, so every 3 weeks, that makes sense. So every new, like, unit will get their own tower. Now, that's gonna be interesting, because I wonder if they're gonna set a precedent that every new unit is just gonna steamroll these towers, or if they're gonna be clearable with old units. Because limited content like that is very tricky usually in a lot of games. Because most games make you, like, not necessarily force, but like entice you to pull for the new unit because of how easy the new content for them is. And I wonder if that's gonna be at the beginning of the trend, shall we say. I mean, I'm not too mad about that. Also, I don't really see... I guess I want to prolong it for people that want them to, like, speed run through it. But to be fair, I mean, that's fine. There's something to look forward to doing every day, I guess. Here and there. Kinda depends how hard the content is, because the thing is, if you can use one character only twice, you can probably just use, like, different teams to clear it. I assume he still has, like, you know, damage advantage and all that typing like regular Trial Tower. So you can probably do, like, relatively decent amount of floors in one day. You probably can clear, like, 3 to 4. And go on from there. But that'll be interesting. Oh, I see. So that actually gives you a reason to level up more units then. Because the thing is, I only have like 3 teams right now, so I can realistically do like 6 floors. But if I had more teams, obviously I could do more. I'm sure in the future there's gonna come points where people will be able to just actually do it day 1, just from the amount of units there will be. I see, I see. So it's not like the most challenging thing in the world. That's fair, that's fair. But then again, your Aizen is kind of cracked, so I don't know if I trust you. I'll have to see for myself. Because to be honest, my Gin is pretty good, so I feel like he's gonna be able to steamroll majority of the content for me over there. But so is my Ichigo and Toshiro, to be fair. 1.5 million can? That's not too bad, to be honest, because like the gold is never too abundant, shall we say. You always need more. So getting some extra resources like that, I think is a good thing. I do like that. Is a limitation shared between the 2 towers, though? Or is each one of them has like a separate cooldown? Because if it's shared, there's going to be a bit more tricky. But if you can do both at the same time, it's going to be a bit better, I feel like. Well, that's a decent chunk of resource, because I think you get, like, what, 50 gold? 50k? I think 62 if you have all the buffs. So, it basically saves you around 30 runs for stamina-wise, so it's pretty good. Pretty good. I mean, to be fair, the only time I farm gold, really, is doing, like, those double time drops. But to be fair, I feel like farming the powder thing is for the stamps enhancement is actually a better deal overall. Because you need more of those, and you still get some extra gold in there. I think you get like 8k or something just from farming there, so you still get something on the side. And I actually took advantage of that, and I think I pre-farmed about 2.5k of the powder. So I can level up those stamps later a bit easier. But that's good that they introduce new content. I do like that. Because in a lot of games, usually content is very far and few between, but it seems like they're adding new things every month. And sometimes even every other week. Which is pretty good. That's pretty good. Listen, Hakim, I have bought Battle Pass every time, and I still was short on gold. I don't know what to tell you. I've been trying to get really good stamps for a while. It's a hustle. But to be fair, I do have like about 3 million now, I think. So I'm not too strapped. But to be fair, majority of that went on like upgrading weapons and upgrading skills. It wasn't really that much of a necessity. But I feel like now that I upgraded majority of my characters, I'm probably not going to need it as much. So that it's not going to be as prevalent. Except for, like, obviously level up stamps and all that, but that's dictated by how many you can get the actually good drops. Listen, Liz, just because you heard powder, you need to tone down your Mexican genes. No need to call up Pablo. There's no powder inside. It's a different kind. Man, that's actually some really good damage. Doing pretty well. I mean, he might be, but you know, I'm sure you have plenty of your own Pablos as well. Man, my Tosin actually kinda does pretty good damage. I tried to level up his skills and all that, because originally I thought his damage wasn't like super huge besides his dots. But actually he does pretty good. I mean, to be honest, Hakim, I feel like in this game, the monthly card and the battle pass are actually much more generous than the majority of other gacha games. Because like you get pills and you get jades, and the amount of resources you get from Battle Pass is actually kind of nuts, because if you do get Battle Pass, you essentially don't have to farm for any level up materials at all, for the most part, really, unless you're upgrading anyone and everyone inside. So, yeah. I think you mentioned it, Hagim. I think you mentioned. I wonder why February 13th, though, because I saw Chinese New Year is February 17th, isn't it? I believe? I could be wrong. But is it only standard? I assume it's only standard units. They're probably not gonna include like Ichigo, you know, Toshiro, Aizen, and Gin. Listen, Hakim is investing, Liz. He's not spending, he's investing. And so am I, so am I. I mean, to be fair, I probably will take Kisuke as well, because the thing is, the only two units from standard that I'm gonna be using in the future are probably gonna be Tosin and Kisuke. And the thing is, Kisuke is probably gonna outlive Tosin longer, just out of, you know, pure fact that he can be used for anyone. And I'm sure the next, like, tactical unit probably gonna power creep Tosin a little bit. But I do like my Blind Justice, gentlemen. He's doing me justice. Does quite a bit of damage. Listen, Liz, I might be an investor, but I'm not that big of an investor. The only thing, though, is that his weapon stamp is kind of worthless to upgrade, because all it does is gives him special attack damage. I feel like getting weapon dupes for Tosin is actually better, because it upgrades his ultimate damage. So Kisuke's like weapon stamp is unfortunately pretty bad for upgrades. So it kind of depends who you want to prioritize, because the thing is, if you upgrade Tosin and you go for his dupes, you're probably not going to need to pull for tactical units for thrust later. And they might be more valuable in the process, because Kisuke is fine as he is. Like, realistically speaking, you don't care about his dupes or anything. Yeah, but what's the point, Hakim? It literally gives him only special attack damage. It doesn't boost anything else for him. So it is kind of worthless personally. Because if you check the difference, I think it gives him, instead of like 20%, 40% special attack damage, but it doesn't boost any of his like skills or anything like that. But for Tosin, it increases his enhanced like ultimate. You know, when you enter his bankai and you get the like needle rain. I think it goes from 2,400 all the way to I believe 4,800, so it doubles up pretty much damage. And it does quite a bit of damage with it, so I feel like that's a good investment, to be honest. Okay, there we go. I mean, my tossing is 2 core stamps, but the thing is, I haven't farmed core stamps that much. I have like 200 tickets, and I'm just saving. And I'm still saving those boxes from Battle Pass as well. So, I think I have like 3 boxes right now that I can just use to upgrade somebody's core stamp to level 4, but I'm just not gonna do it. Because I'm waiting for the characters that are actually gonna be worthwhile. Hi there, Justin. Glad to see you. Hopefully doing well. Ooh, 12 million. Let's go. My boy kind of popping off. Very nice, very nice. I kind of feel like with those boxes, you kind of have to play it smart more than anything. And my plan in the future will be, whenever there's a unit that I'm actually going to care about, I'm going to first farm for their... farm for their, like, stamp in, stamp corridor. And then see if I can get a couple dupes here and there, and then if I can't, then I'm gonna use those boxes. Just to have, like, a backup plan if I get super unlucky at some point with them. Which I feel like will be a pretty good in-depth. Got taxes. Let's go, Justin! More gambling money! Time to invest. You know, Kenpachi B6 is waiting for you, Justin. I'm just saying. The man been struggling out there. You gotta invest. Liz, I'm pretty sure you already have key skin. So, I think you're good. Listen, Justin, that's a smart man's of going about things, but you gotta think like an investor, you know? You gotta think like Hakim. The man that has every single unit at B6. You gotta think, well, just because I have every unit at B6 doesn't mean I shouldn't get another one. It's a long-term investment opportunity. Hakim, I'm pretty sure she got everyone except Byakuya. That's fair, Justin, that's fair. She has everyone except bankai, Ichigo, and Toshiro. And Kenpachi. And I guess Byakuya now. But everybody else she got. I mean, to be honest, Liz, it's not a bad idea to pick up Byakuya just so you have him. Because, you know, the next tactical unit... Well, actually, is Nell tactic? Hakim, do you know if she's tactic or support? Because I don't know. If Nell is tactic, then I'd say no. But if she's support, then maybe. I haven't checked it yet, Justin. Hakim just told me about them. I didn't even notice them before, so we will be trying those out after I'm done with this conundrum over here. Okay, so she's tactic. Okay, fair enough. I mean, to be honest, Liz is kind of strapped on Spirit Jade, so to be honest, I think for her, the right maneuver would be to just pick up Byakuya and skip Nell. She only got like 8k, and to be honest, Byakuya will do the job. It's only for whales like us, Hakim, who, you know, want the best of the best, cream of the crop, and just refusing to pull Kenpachi, you know? We sold our souls, you know? We're not going for the man, the myth, the legend. We're going for the horse lady instead. And just life for you. Look, Liz, for your account in specific, you still don't have, like, your slasher team built at all. So for you, you don't have a DPS and you're not pulling for Kenpachi. So for you, realistically, Nell is not gonna do anything. I would recommend just wait until Nell comes out, and if she can be a DPS just like Aizen, then it might be worthwhile getting her. And then you can still get Byakuya and just use them together. Because, realistically speaking, the next slasher DPS is probably gonna be either Ulquiorra or Hall of Ichigo, and they're not gonna come for the next 3 months. So you might have to just make a makeshift slasher team. And that's just how it is. That's actually a good question, Justin. That's a good question, because Aizen did give 30%, but he gave it to everyone. So it will be interesting if her skill is actually going to be slasher restricted. I feel like it probably will, because Aizen, you know, he's the man. And I doubt they're going to give it to everyone like that. Because then it's going to kind of make it less important to pull for characters and their typing. And I feel like they're gonna try to maintain that as much as possible to ensure that people still pulling for, you know, new units and building new teams and all that good stuff. Well, the thing is, Byakuya gives you slash resistance reduction, and he got buffed recently. I think his slash resistance actually got extended duration. It used to be like only 5 seconds, but now it's 15. So to be fair, it's just good to have Byakuya for the resistance shred, even if you don't use her. Like, realistically speaking. Because might as well. Otherwise, he's not doing much. Maybe, Justin, maybe. I mean, the thing is, I feel like it's going to be one of the two things. It's going to be either 30% universal or maybe like 40-45% slash exclusive. Because they got to balance out the fact that, you know, Aizen's is universal and it's 30%. So that if they want to make it typing specific, it's got to be higher to justify using her instead of Aizen. Because, like, why wouldn't you just use Aizen if they're both 30%? And Aizen gives, like, a resistance shred as well, so it's a good point. Good point. I'll give it a check, Liz. I'll give it a check. After we're done with our endeavors, I'll pop in and I'll judge you very, very harshly. I'll give you some good advice, some recommendation, and, you know, some words of wisdom. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Just remind me later, because I might forget. I might forget. But yeah, I feel like Nell is probably going to be in between Aizen and, I would assume, Byakuya, because she's got to do enough to replace Byakuya. And to be fair, it's not a tall feat. But from the animation that I saw of her, she does seem like a DPS-oriented tactical unit, and not like Byakuya, who is more support-oriented tactical unit. Because she does quite a bit of, you know, really flashy attacks, like Zero, like throwing her javelin and all that good stuff. So it'll be interesting to see. That is true, Hakim. That is a good point as well. That is a good point. I feel like they're gonna use those like universal units for someone special like Aizen, because you know a lot of people were hyped for Aizen, so I feel like that's why they did it. I really doubt it's gonna be a trend that every single new tactical unit is universal, because if it is, that's just gonna be crazy. Because then you can just make whatever team you want essentially, and just use whoever you want. Well, Liz, I'll find things that you did wrong, don't you worry. And if no, I'll make sure to make them. Sergeant B1 is actually pretty good. Because I use my selector for Sergeant, just because I was kind of hoping if I get his dupe, it's actually going to be pretty good. Because it gives him straight 40% crit damage buff with his shield. And to be honest, like 40% crit damage buff actually makes him really good. I don't know, Justin. I mean, they might, but I feel like 4 types is already plenty. Unless I want to make, you know, maybe like a universal type where it's units that work for any type of, because usually when it comes to typing, there's like, you know, the regular typing, and sometimes they do like light dark type typing, where it's like special ones. They ignore all the restrictions and all that. So they might do that, but I doubt it, to be honest. Oh, I didn't know he gives crit rate as well. That's actually pretty good then. And I don't think it's restrictive to specific, like, strike teams either. I think it's universal. Which is pretty nice. That's pretty nice. And to be honest, I still to this day think Sergeant's ult, like bankai, is one of the coolest in the game. It's just such a shame that it's so slow. So you're never really gonna use it to have, you know, a field day, shall we say. But man, is it fun. Because like, just having the, you know, the giant samurai just swinging his sword around is so good. I kind of wish they made it kind of like Byakuya, where you can just leave it on field and Sergeant just pops off himself. And all you're going to see in the background just ginormous sword swinging around while you pummeling your enemy from both sides. That'd be awesome. Oh, really? So they are making a new one. Interesting. Okay. I thought we were just speculating. I didn't know it was semi-confirmed. Interesting. I mean, to be honest, I'm not against new typing, as long as, you know, they're not gonna go too crazy with it. Because the thing is, the more typing we get, the more units we get to play with. But another thing is, like, if you built your slasher team already, you can kind of clear all the slasher content. And, if there's gonna be another typing, there's another 3 units you have to build, essentially, from ground up. Hi, let's do. Let's see, hopefully do well. That is true, Justin, that is true. As I said, I'm not against new typings. I think it will be alright. As long as they don't go too crazy with it. The main thing that is going to be a bit tricky is the fact that you're not going to have that many options. So if they do release a new typing, you kind of have to be forced to pull for the first unit that they're going to release, who's going to be most likely DPS. So in that regard, it's going to be a bit tricky, but especially if they're going to have like new content where you have to use PS characters. So not the biggest fan of that particular aspect, but other than that, it's fine. Usually it's like 5 or 6, because usually it's like water, fire, you know, earth, and dirt or something, and then light, dark type situation. I know, Hakim. I mean, the the copyright stuff is crazy. Because our boy Grimjaw got delayed because those sons of guns just couldn't be bothered to give them a license. Unbelievable. Ah, very nice, Segdu. You're investing in in Kenpachi's Araki squad. Very nice. Squad 11 has your full support, I see. Hi there, Diana. Hopefully you're doing well. This is Endless Trial for now. We will be trying the Limited Tower as well in a bit after we're done with this. Oh, sorry to hear that, Liz. Get yourself a nice cup of tea and just relax. Yeah, I heard it was something to do with the base form, which I don't understand how is his base form more copyrighted than his Panther form. I guess probably because he does less with it, because you only kind of see it in one fight, but still, it's kind of crazy to me. Well, that's what I was confused about as well, because he's already in the game, so the model is already been licensed, so what licensing issue in his base? Maybe there was like some lines, I guess, or some like attacks that didn't pass through inspection, but it just seems very strange the way they handle all the licensing, because as far as I know, in majority of cases, the licensing happens for the entire character. I didn't know there was like certain parts of it that you can use. It is just strange to me. Because if Grimjaw had licensing, I would assume it would be for the entire thing, not just for one specific aspect of the character. But it just seems weird. But yeah, Justin, he was gonna go from his, you know, base form into the Panther form. And now I think they're reworking him to just work as a Panther form, which is gonna be good and bad because I think transformation mechanic is kind of fun, but it might mean that his multipliers, like base multipliers, are gonna be way higher because he doesn't have to transform anymore. So there might be a blessing in disguise. You never know. You never know. Maybe, Liz, I don't know how copyright stuff works, to be honest with you. I'm as clueless as you can be when it comes to that kind of stuff. But from my naive perspective, I just always thought that, you know, you license a character and you get the entire kit and caboodle, you know. You get their voices, you get their likeness, you get, you know, all their attacks and all that good stuff. But I guess no. I guess no. I don't even know if Bleach saw... if, like... Bleach Brave Souls actually ever had to license anything. Because when I was playing it, I never heard they had a licensing issue. And let me tell you, they not just release the base units, they release, like, seasonal units. You know, like swimsuit, like Halloween, like all that. And you would assume that would have to go through some sort of check, but they never had an issue with us, so... I don't know. It's kind of weird. Well, the thing is, I feel like what they can do in the future, if they're gonna release just the Panther form, they can just release his base form later. Maybe when they get the licensing for it. But yeah, it's a bit of a shame. I kind of agree, Ziana, to be honest, because when I used to play Bleach Brave Souls in a very distant 2016 to 2020, there wasn't really that many options, especially if you are like a Bleach fan. The only realistic games that you had that you could rely on to play Bleach games was Bleach Immortal Souls, which was absolutely abhorrent, one of the worst games out there. It was greedy as all get out. it was Bleach 3D, which kind of died out for the most part, and there wasn't really much content going on, so you didn't really have that much of a option, shall we say. And other than that, the only other things you had is like unlicensed Chinese games, which were abundant. So there wasn't really any like high quality stuff that you could rely on, which was a bit of a shame. But, you know, it is what it is. So I feel like this game is a breath of fresh air for the most part. Okay. I didn't get that good of a buff, so unfortunately that didn't quite work out. Floor 19, that's fine. Okay, we'll try it again in a second. Because I kind of messed up with all my buffs and I didn't get anything good, so that wasn't ideal. Let me check the trial tower. Let me see what we got here. Okay. Let's try this one first. So I have 2 uses, okay. I'm not gonna use my main team. Let me try if I can... let me see. Kinda is, but the thing is, Bleach Soul Resonance is based in China. And as far as I know, I could be totally wrong. As far as I know, the copyright laws in China are non-existent. So you don't have to get licensing for anything. But I guess it's different because they release it on like global scale and then it like creates friction. But I just never thought it would be that complex, to be honest, because I thought if you get the license for the game, you know, you go through all those rigorous checks, you know, you sign a contract, and then you basically just pay a fee to use characters. I didn't know you still have to agree upon them, because it's like, why? What's the difference? And I'll say, I know nothing about copyright. I have no idea. But to me, it just seems kind of crazy. Okay. So, I probably can use Aizen as a DPS. So let's try... Let's try this. And then use... Well, actually, now that I think... Okay, let me check the typing. Like, what typing are we working with? Okay, so only slasher, strike. Okay. So I'll need your spirit on 4th floor. Okay, so I'll probably go with spirit then. That is a good point, Hakim. I also don't understand that, to be honest. Because to me, if you agree to release a game, you're pretty much given a green light to set a game. But maybe no. Maybe no. Okay, let's go with Toshiro. Well, the thing is, the difference is the Bleach Brave Souls is from Japan. So there might have been a case where the actual... Okay, actually, hold on. I probably can just use Toshiro by himself, to be honest. Let me check. I feel like I probably don't need anybody else. Because I might as well just save the other one for my Aizen. Oh, can I not? I thought I can change it. That's fine. It's fine. We'll use it like this. Well, the thing is, I don't have anybody leveled up. That's a problem. So I can. Well, I guess I can swap my stamps around. Maybe. Hi there, Sadvik. Glad to see you. Hopefully doing well. I guess, Hakim, I guess. But the thing is, it is a bit sad, because, like, usually Chinese games are associated with like a lot of slop. Let's be real. Like you go to the Play Store and you go to like literally any anime in existence. Bleach, Fairy Tail, Naruto, you name it. There's gonna be at least 10 to 20 slop games out there. Always like the randomest name possible, random screenshot, and they all look like one another. So it's very refreshing to see an actual really good game come out with a lot of passion behind it, and a lot of like soul. And I just hope that it's not gonna become like a deterring factor, the copyright stuff. Well, the thing is, Liz, that I'm pretty sure this game is not released in Japan. I could be totally wrong, but I'm pretty certain it's not. Okay. I think it should be actually fine. Yeah, I'll probably just use my Toshiro, to be honest. Oh. I'll just use Toshiro. Toshiro probably will be able to clean it up, and then I'll just use Aizen as my main DPS for later. That is true, Liz. That is true. But I'm just saying that it's like, the copyright is only existent if you want to play by the rules. If you don't, you can avoid it. And it's not going to be that difficult either. To be honest, it feels like using Toshiro is overkill. The man just slaughters everyone. Man, I think I might have needed to reconsider that. I mean, there is a case, Sadwick, there is a case. Okay, I think this was a little bit of an overkill. Oh, man. But you know what, it's fine. I think you already used that attempt, so there's no really point. Hey, this is a learning experience, okay? It's fine. It's fine. I'm only using Toshiro. I can still use Aizen as my main DPS later, so it shouldn't be an issue. Does not use the attempt unless you confirm it. Okay, hold up. Because I thought he uses the attempt. Ah, maybe unless you clear the floor, he doesn't. Let me check. Because I thought this was already locked and loaded, and I can't really replace it. Okay, let me see. Oh, okay, so he doesn't. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's good. That's good. Okay, let's just do some random stuff. I don't know. Who can I use? I'll just put all my good gear from my bankai Ichigo onto Shukai Ichigo. Just hope for the best. Ichigo, you're gonna have a field day today. Oh, Greg, I was gonna say I'm doing great until I read what you said, and now I'm not sure. Now I'm questioning my existence, my reality, and honestly, you should be ashamed behind it. Hopefully you will. Okay, let's go over this one. I'll just try to make up things as we go. And we're putting that on. And now our Ichigo is at mighty 15k. The man is gonna breathe through this. He's not gonna even feel it. Alright. It's alright, Greg. It's alright. Don't you worry. Alright, let me see if that's enough power. Because I feel like that should be good enough. There we go. They're working on new PvE mod as well. Ah. Listen, Sigdu, we all make mistakes. It's okay. He'll be back. Oh, congrats to her, Greg. Congrats. Hopefully you're having a good time. Celebrating all that. I think I probably can just do with Ichigo, to be honest. I think he can breathe through this for himself. I know, Hakim, but we doing it live, you know. I want to climb as far as I can just today. That's why we're going to try weird teams. We're going to see if Shika Ichigo can power through all the challenges in front of him. Okay, actually, this kind of works out. I was just gonna do it for you know, for the bit, but actually, kind of works. It actually kind of works. Oh, listen, Greg, I've been to plenty Eastern European parties involving my own. Trust me, I know exactly how these things go down. If by the end of the party you don't wake up in a bowl of salad, that's not a good party. You have to ensure that you wake up in the most awkward position, face down in salad, one hand in like a bowl of, you know, of very mysterious liquid, and another hand on somebody's head, shoulder, or any other body part. Chances are you don't even know who the individual is, but like that's usually the predicament you find yourself in. That goes the same for like New Year celebration, Easter's, you name it. Any celebration whatsoever. Listen, Hakim, Shika Ichigo still putting out work. Listen, Shika Ichigo is doing pretty well, not gonna lie. This man might put my bankai Ichigo to shame. With such maneuvers? Oof. I probably should have put Yacho at least with him, but you know what? I believe that he can power through this. Well, that was rude. Unbelievable. That's the kind of treatment I get around here. Man, this is gonna be a long one. Gonna take a minute, guys. Bear with me. Shika Ichigo is gonna take us all the way to the Victory Town. The man be struggling out there, you know. Finally, he gets his time in the sun. And if this doesn't work, I have plan B. And that is to take the second Shika Ichigo to the field. We're gonna go through every Ichigo until one of them works. Ooh, there's gonna be a close one. And just like that, the base form Ichigo proving his worth yet again. But can he do it the second time? I mean, to be fair, I'll put Ikaku. Listen, my Kaku is almighty level 40, and he's gonna put some work. You know, he's been freeloading in my dormitory, shall we say, for the past 2 months. The man has to put some work. All that, you know, wax he's buying for his shiny scalp, he needs to pay for it. I appreciate the follow the Hunter. Hopefully doing well. Man, this is a battle of attrition if I ever saw one. Listen, I was desperate, Hakim. I was doing stuff and I needed a character. I think it was for Frenzy Feast. I didn't have anyone better, and it was, you know, Thrust Week, and I sinned, okay? Since then, I had the moments of sobriety. I opened my third eye and I saw what the world truly is. And I'll never go back. Exactly, Hakim. You see, you get it. Ikaku is the kind of man that doesn't need levels. All he needs is a pure determination of steel and some WD-40 for his sculpt. And you know what? He's gonna be cooking. We might be actually able to do this. Oof, man. It just shows for you guys that you don't have to pull for SSI units. All you have to do is just get yourself Ichigo, put all the good stuff that you have on your other characters on him, and things will happen. Welcome back, Liz. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit better after taking those pills. There we go, some spiritual dissipation, nice. Listen, Sadvik, I'm proving a point. Because all these people clearing, you know, the good stuff with the SSR characters, they think they're hot stuff. But have they tried to clear this game with baseline Ichigo? To show the true respect for where it all came from? I don't think so. Meanwhile, look, I'm here. I'm a pioneer like any. I'm doing the Lord work. Lord's work, if you will. Our Lord and Savior Aizen is looking very proud of me right now. From his almighty chair. I'm not sure we're gonna have enough damage for this in particular. If I go Yachiru, I probably wouldn't struggle that much, but I think without Yachiru, this might be a tough one. This might be a tough battle. Because Battle of Attrition is as good as it is. I don't think he's gonna overpower the almighty power of, you know, the damage limit. I am hopeful, though. I am hopeful. Let's see. So far, not too bad. Okay. Oh man, I missed that. That's fine though. Oof. That wasn't particularly nice. You did with Uryu? Come on. You gotta disrespect Ichigo by using Uryu? Unbelievable, Hakim. Well, man. Okay, you know what? Plan B. Plan B. Stick with me, guys. Stick with me. I'll show you a true pro strat over here. Listen. If the baseline Ichigo doesn't work, all you have to do is just use a superior version. And there's Shika Ichigo, okay? It's very advanced maneuver over here. Not many people know about this. But the baseline Ichigo is merely an appetizer, merely a moosh-boosh to the main course. There's Shika Ichigo. Now let me tell you, a main course he is. Because right now, right here, right now, we're gonna do this. Let me, where's the other one? There we go. Now we talking. Look at this man. And you know what? I'm gonna do with level 1 Ichigo there. Yeah, I think this will work out pretty nicely. Pretty nicely. Okay, let's see. Ichigo, get out of here. I have a superior Ichigo over here. And then you know what? Just to keep him company, let's use Orihime. Just, you know, go in a duo. Exactly, we're gonna scale up all the way up to bankai. You can't go straight to bankai, you gotta know your roots. You gotta figure out where you come from. And what it's all about. Can we do it? I don't know. Trust me, we'll try. And to be honest, Shika Ichigo is actually not too bad. He's actually decent. Because I used him on one of those ranking events once. And he actually was pretty good. And I think Orihime can give him some buffs. So, you know, this is a more accurate fight of, you know, future husband and wife. Just go on a very romantic endeavor of slaughtering Hollows left and right. Just regular Friday afternoon in Karakura Town. Alright. As long as a wild Byakuya doesn't appear, because, you know, this setting is where Byakuya had his way with us, shall we say. And left us in the dust. Until a very intriguing gentleman in a green suit and a cane came to our rescue. I hope there's not going to be a repeat of that scenario, shall we say. I actually quite like this cape. I haven't really used him after I got this outfit, but this cape kinda goes hard. Because you don't really see it in anime either, after the man literally just uses once and just kinda throws it away. I mean, look, Haki, Melchiora had game. You know, ever since he grabbed Orihime's neck and said, "Do you want to die?" Orihime has never been the same. I still remember that scene where Melchiora just shows up to her room, grabs her by the neck, and basically says, "I'm gonna gouge your eyes out." A true gentleman, unlike any. The romantic connoisseur that Melchiora is. Maybe Haki, maybe. And then Renji would just be in the dust, you know? Left with nobody in sight. Okay, this doesn't seem to work out. Okay, hold up. Plan C. Plan A and Plan B failed successfully. However, However... No, wait, hold up, no. I didn't mean to start. I was going to use the outro route to give me some buffs. Because maybe going with just Orihime Ichigo is not a good idea. Hold up. Hold up, we're running it back. We're running it back. And if this doesn't work, I'm going to use bankai Ichigo. You know, just go all the way, the full circle. There we go. Now this works better. Oof. Thank you, what are you talking about? That's the kind of thing Angel would say. I expected more from you. Unbelievable. Plus, Rukia and Ranger grew up together, so they're kind of childhood sweethearts anyway. So it makes sense for them to be together. Because, you know, they grew up in Ryokan together. But to be fair, a lot of people shipped Rukia and Ichigo, so, you know, there was that. And to be fair, the best ship that I feel like Ichigo is skipping out on is Ichigo with Kenpachi. Because let's be real, Kenpachi has hots for Ichigo unlike any. And I feel like my boy Kenny has been done dirty. He's clearly the best candidate for Ichigo's romantic infatuation. And the man just never got it, you know. The man asking him to fight to the death literally every single time he sees it. And Ichigo just rejects it. Alright. And I feel like that's not right. That's not right. Kenny deserves better treatment. Kakura, why you stop with your rainbow pepper? This is class. We're talking about here, okay? This is a true bromance unlike any, and you're gonna give me a rainbow pepper? Unbelievable. This man. Also, hi there, by the way. Hopefully, doing well. I don't think I saw you around. You've been lurking, haven't you? It's not yo. Listen, Kakura. I was talking about pure bromance when, you know, two men get shirtless, unleash their almighty Zanpakutos, and engage in a life and death duel. What's wrong with that? You tell me you never wanted to do that, huh? Unbelievable. If somebody like Kenpachi challenges you to do Duel of Honor, you just gotta accept it. You just gotta accept it. No worries, Sadvik. Have a good one, and I'll catch you later. Ensure that no young whippersnappers cross your path, and if they do, make sure to tell them how it is. Make sure to put fear of God and anime into the use of today. It's not, Kakura, it's not. Unbelievable. It's called being cultured. You wouldn't know anything about that. Okay, let me restart that. Let me actually do it manually. Because I feel like we onto something here. I feel like the Shika Ichigo is doing something good. I'm gonna clear this even if it's the last thing I do. Trust me. Doing pretty well, Kakura. Just, you know, indulging my own hubris. Playing some limited trial tower with level 1 Shika Ichigo. Because, you know, I'm a man of culture. And as such, I have to prove my unbelievable skill set. of the golden gamer that I am. While talking about, you know, other things. Yeah, it's fine, Gary. I mean, it was last week. I appreciate you asking. Yeah, I just got a migraine last Sunday for whatever reason. I was actually planning to stream, and then out of nowhere, I just got a searing headache, and it didn't settle down until like very late evening, and I don't really know what caused it, to be honest, but it's fine now. Thank you for asking. I always stay hydrated, Kankuro. I never go without my tea bottle. I always have a nice, large glass bottle of tea to go whenever I go. Oh, come on. Yeah, let's do this. Listen, Hakim, at this point, this is a point of pride. If I level him up, what would I be proving? Nothing. And that is why we can't. I mean, it's liquid, so I would assume so. I'm not a scientist, but you would hope so. There we go. I mean, to be honest, I drink at the bare minimum, I want to say between 3 to 4 cups of tea a day and about 2 liters of water. So I don't know what does the heavy lifting, but my bet would be on tea. Yeah, but Starbucks is literally a cake in the form of coffee. Let's be real. Have you ever looked... Okay, so I don't drink coffee, right? But I know some people who do. And occasionally they would bring me to Starbucks and I would just get like green tea or something. But have you actually taken a look on how many calories they have in there, like frappuccinos and all that kind of stuff? It's staggering. It's literally like thousands of calories. And it just makes you wonder why. Listen, Kakura, I'm an old man. I'm past my prime. Back in the good old days, I could drink tea like it's water. Okay, sorted. Okay. The thing is, I don't really go to, like, coffee shops or even tea shops, to be honest, because I just much rather make it at home. Because more times than not, it's extremely overpriced for mediocre quality you get anyway, so what's the point? Glass of water. Classic Kakarot. It's classic for a reason. I go about 43 kgs and about 40 tickets, somewhere there. For characters at least. About 20 for stamps. I didn't know Liz and David in organ trafficking. This woman. So many talents. So many crimes to commit. I don't know how she finds the time. Wait, how did... Okay, hold up. How did I manage to clear this with initial Ichigo when the Shiga Ichigo doesn't do anything? Maybe initial Ichigo was the way to go, really. Now that I think about it. No! Hakim, listen to me. Listen to me very, very carefully. You see these jades? They're not for this man. They're for old man Yama, and only him. I will not spend a single one otherwise. Old man Yama has been calling my name for the past century, and I will not disappoint him. Listen, I always knew that Shika Ichigo was a fraud. The man never answered my calls, and as such, we're going back to initial one. Because I feel like with the Aichiro, I actually will be able to clear it. Okay, let's do this. And I'll level him up to level 20. Because now we're proven force. There we go. You see this? This is what power looks like. Okay. Ah! Okay, you know what? I was wondering why he was doing 0 damage. I didn't have his weapon! Alright, that was on me. That was on me. You know what? Now we're going back. Ooh. 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 I completely forgot that. No, this is my wealthy account, Kakarot. This is my oil magnet account. This is an account that I go to spend all my lively possessions in order to obtain the finest of 2D pixels. There we go. Now this makes sense. Because I was wondering to myself, what's happening? You know, level 20, I feel like now Ichigo will pop off. Now he will be able to clear this for me with his eyes closed. If only I noticed before that his weapon stamp wasn't there. Instead of indulging in my own hubris. Listen, Hakim. Kenpachi can wait. Kenpachi is a patient man. He's been waiting for Ichigo for the past millennium. He can wait for me. Listen, Kakarot. Do you think Spirit Jays grow on tree, huh? They do not. I actually don't need Yachiro for this. Now that my Ichigo is finally having his weapon stem, now we're cooking. Kakarot, what are you talking about? The only thing they ever talk about is honor, justice, and perseverance. Just because you're a Rainbow Pepper enthusiast doesn't mean I am. Unbelievable. This man slanders me any chance he gets. There we go. There we go. Hold on. I got distracted. I got too distracted to reprimand Kakarot, and I stopped paying attention. The rainbow paper just displeased me so much. So in fact, it is your fault, and I hope you have it. Anyway, let's go. It's going pretty well now. I don't know, Hakim. That's the greatest mystery of life. The man clearly has things to hide and things to unleash. His closet must be quite tremendous. He has a double decker, if anything. That thing, whew, you can fit an entire department store in there. With the amount of secrets he has to hide. Go. It's going a little bit better. There we go. Okay, let's defeat Shualong, or whatever his name was, I forgot. And after that, probably a point, I think. I said to duel to the death. Kagura, how is that being romantically involved? Unbelievable. I was saying he should be Ichigo's romantic partner by dueling to the death. I said it's the most romantic thing ever. Clearly. And you merely misinterpreted my gesture. At me talking about them, you know, going at it. When will you learn? Go. It is not Kagura, and you know it. There we go. Ooh, kind of popping off. I think this should be better now. Okay, calm down, Shualong. Jeez Louise, this man. There we go. You can play as many characters as you want, really, Kagura, to be honest. If you wanna, you know, make it extra difficult for yourself, you can play as one. In this game, all the characters just get locked, so you're kind of stuck with playing who you can get. Okay. I think we should be fine with this team again. Hopefully. We'll see. We'll see. Well, Hakim, I mean, we're talking about Aizen. Are you really that surprised? I saw some people clear the entire trial tower before they added new floors with just Aizen, so it's not that impressive, to be honest, because Aizen just ignores so much defense that he doesn't care. Yeah, that's why I'm kind of using the, you know, the subpar individual, shall we say. But I mean, it does regenerate, so I could just wait. I can literally just use my best characters, clear like 6 floors, and then just wait. But where's the fun in that? You know? Where is the fun in that? So we gotta clear at least a couple floors with You know, level 20 Ichigo. Welcome back, Angel. Glad to see you.